I'm gonna look it up. Welcome back to Every Disney Movie Ever. My name is Jess and I'm watching Every Disney Movie Ever. Today I'm going to talk about Wendy Wu, Homecoming Warrior. Wendy Wu, Homecoming Warrior is a 2006 Disney Channel original movie. It is about a girl named Wendy who must decide between being homecoming queen or saving the world as her family's destined warrior. It is directed by Laing, cinematography by Kevin Riley, editing by Owen Ferrier-Kerr, music by Nathan Wang, and it's written by Vince Chung, Ben Montanio, B. Mark Seabrooks, and Lydia Look. The film stars Brenda Song as Wendy, Shin Koyamada as Shen, Susan Chong as Nina, Justin Chong as Peter, and Michael David Cheng as Kenny. This was the 5th highest viewed DCOM at the time. It was the top most performing DCOM in Disney Channel Japan history. It broke records in the UK and Europe. It was filmed entirely in Auckland, New Zealand. There was a sequel planned, but it got canceled. Koichi Sakamoto, who choreographed all the fight scenes, also did Power Rangers fight choreography, which is crazy. It had a $5 million budget, and Brenda Song trained for 2 weeks, 16-hour days, apparently. I don't know how accurate that is. But she is on record saying she was inspired to endure the stunt training based on her mother's fight with breast cancer, which I thought was really beautiful. Apparently lots of Power Ranger actors appear in the film. I have no idea. I wasn't a big Power Rangers kid. My brother would know, though. And there are so many martial arts sequences that it is the 8th Disney Channel original movie rated TV PG. Behind, Tiger Cruise, Don't Look Under the Bed, Halloween Town 2, Calabar's Revenge, Jet Jackson the Movie, Mom's Got a Date with a Vampire, and Twitches. And lots of other countries did parodies and a bunch of, other things with this movie as well. Standout shot or scene for me is the first big, fight choreographed scene between Peter and Shen. That scene is so great. It also just feels so inspired by so many amazing martial arts sequences. First of all, the slow-mo throughout the movie is great. They use it effectively and not just in the fight sequences. There's a couple other places where he gets thrown or whatever else and it's slow-mo, so they really just didn't just use it randomly. It was well thought out when they did use it, and it was fun to see that because we haven't really gotten that in a DCOM especially, let alone a theatrical release. So it was so fun to see that martial arts inspired take with the slow-mo and just the fight choreography in general, which I will touch on later. But that first fight scene between Shen and possessed Peter is so good. They add those, I almost want to say they add some Jackie Chan comedy moments, with the fish or the cupcakes, Shen's trying to make sure nothing gets broken or whatever else, and that adds that comedy that I feel is always added in a Jackie Chan fight sequence, at least in our Western movies of Jackie Chan. And it was just so well done. I did record because I feel my screenshots don't do justice, just a bunch of blurs. So I did record a small scene, but I'm so afraid it's going to get copyrighted. A small clip of it. I'm so afraid it's going to get copyrighted, but if you're seeing it, we're in the clear, or I'm letting the copyright happen. Because it is just so good and so fun, and I was shocked about it. Standout scene or sequence honestly also has to be the first fight. It's just so well edited with the action of everything that's going on and the comedy bits to it and the fact that they're trying to be quiet and just how it's edited to be believable fight sequences was really great, and that scene I think just is the one that stands out to me. However, the last big fight scene where Wendy is, head to head with the villain is also really good. I just think that might be just a smidgen too long. Just a smidge. I feel it just went on a little bit because of how many people were there, I think, helping her. I think if it had just been her and Shen and fighting the clay soldiers or whatever, that would have been a bit better. I feel it wasn't as good pacing wise, but it was still really great to see how Brenda just kicked butt. I thought the music was very appropriate for the film, except for the one Orlando Brown song during the shopping sequence. That was very misplaced for me. The rest of the score, I think fit what they were trying to go for. And then the Orlando Brown song, I think, was them trying to be like, look. I don't know. It was not my favorite. Standout line for me in this is, how do I get the orange stuff off my fingers? And the brother just going, suck them. Like, oh, it was so, I knew he was probably going to say something about like lick them, or like, you know, like the classic how to get the Cheeto dust off your fingers or whatever. Oh my, I was not expecting him to just, nothing else, just suck them. It made me laugh so loud. I don't think you guys understand. When I laugh at a movie, I'm typically like, oh my gosh, or something like that. Horrible reenactment. But that genuinely got, like, I was so, like, expected but unexpected that it got, like, a very loud laugh out of me. It killed me. And then another line that I was like, oh my god, was right at the beginning when her friend was like, just 'cause he IM'd me. Which totally dated the film to 2006, which made me also laugh a little, good giggle. Not as loud for sure. A line that made me like cringe was when her friends suggested they write vote for Wendy on chopsticks and get Shen to hand them out. I was like, oh, oh no. Which was, oh, that was really uncomfortable. Otherwise, there are pieces of this that are so good. Wendy's parents falling back in love with their culture and feeling bad that they like kind of dismissed it and just ignored it. Especially like, it's very random, the dad suddenly being like in like turmoil because of the mooncake. It is a little random, and I wish they kind of fleshed that out a bit more, because it was very interesting to see the parents be like, no, why did we do that? Like, I'm sad, let's be better, let's be a Chinese American family. Like, that was a very beautiful little storyline that I think could have been more. And then obviously also Wendy, like, kind of coming in and getting her confidence and coming into being such a fierce warrior, and also just like really realizing like what's important to her. That obviously is like the main point, and very good. And then there were pieces that I wasn't super crazy about, that I think they were trying to like make it maybe a little more relatable to kids so they'd watch it on Disney Channel. I don't know, but the whole sequence where she tries to like give him a makeover to be a normal teenager was uncomfortable for me, just because I didn't like it. Like, I was like, I don't care about this storyline. Like, I don't know how to explain that one. I was just like, And then I thought like her being upset at him about lying about when the big battle with the villain was gonna be, I thought was a stretch, and I was like, all right, fine, I guess. The fight choreography is insane. Obviously, I have to mention it and give it its own little spotlight because it is so well done. I know, like, some people would be like, oh, it's like a little cheesy, maybe a little. No, I don't think so. I think it pays perfect homage to martial arts films, and I think it's really well done. I think all the actors and stunt people do an excellent job of making it the very, like, believable and fun and very, like, magical martial arts that you get to see in those movies. So I'm just, like, I'm obsessed. I think it was so fantastic. I think 2006 is kind of the year where they're just upping decom quality. Yes, obviously we've had amazing ones like Quince and Double Team, like the ones that really get into the story and everything. But I think this is the year, like with High School Musical and Wendy Wu, that they're upping like production quality as well as story quality. Granted, I'm sure I'm about to watch a couple duds. I have no idea what's coming. But still, like for High School Musical and Wendy Wu to be in the same year, so High School Musical, we have this huge musical movie, a ton of extras really on this high school set, and just like the choreography in that one, and then in this one you have martial arts and all this fight choreography, and the effects were pretty good. Like, okay, I see you, Disney Channel, I see you. Alright, my favorite part are probably the two big fight scenes. The fight scene between Peter and Shen, and then the fight scene at the end between Yinlo and Wendy and Shen and the like monk teachers. I thought those two scenes were what made this movie stand out, or what made this movie really fun and exciting to watch. So those are my favorite parts. My least favorite part or parts has to be the shopping scene with Shen. I thought that was really unnecessary. I didn't see the point to that. I think we could have fleshed out other plot lines instead of seeing her shop with him. I get why they did it. I understand. Whatever. My second least favorite scene might be her breaking up with her boyfriend. I think the whole boyfriend thing was totally unnecessary anyway. Like, it didn't add anything to the plot for me. I get it. I understand why the device was there, but still was silly, and I don't think it was necessary. I absolutely would recommend this, and I absolutely would watch it again. I think this is good. I'd go for it. Specific moments that stand out to me that I haven't mentioned already. The moment between Wendy's grandmother and Shen right at the beginning when she's like, "Is my granddaughter a warrior?" And he's like, "Yes." All in Chinese. And she's like, "Please protect her." And he's like, "With my life." That scene gave me goosebumps. That was such a beautifully touching scene. I was obsessed. The other scene that stands out to me and gave me a little was Wendy Kamehamehas. And I love Dragon Ball and Dragon Ball Z. So she was like, and I was like, freaking Kamehameha, what's up? So Kamehameha, what's up? So I thought that was fun, just saying. Otherwise, no one talks about at the end how her mom's exhibit is totally destroyed. Like, she just complained the whole movie about trying to make sure she knew enough about this exhibit and the pieces so she could arrange it correctly and put it on display correctly, and then just everything is destroyed in this final fight. And I feel really bad for her mom, because that's probably a big yikes. And then that's everything. Overall, I think this is very fun. I think this movie is really well made. Lest we not even, we didn't even really touch on the fact that the representation in this is phenomenal. The main character is an Asian woman. The story is about Chinese culture, and it's about them rediscovering their excitement for their culture. It's just the representation for this is amazing. The fact that the cast is predominantly Asian American is amazing, and the movie goes off. We stand. It's a great movie. Highly recommend. That's it for Wendy Wu Homecoming Warrior. My final rating is 7, maybe the medallions, 7 medallions out of 10. Our total movie count is... Parent total and cry count are still the same. If you want to keep up with the movie I'm watching when, follow me on Instagram and Twitter. You'll find out what movie I'm watching when. I put out videos every Monday and Wednesday, and every Monday and Friday, and sometimes Wednesday. Join Patreon. I got a tier starting at just $1 where you get every video a week early and a coupon code for merch. Tiers above that, you get daily trivia, random videos that live rent-free in my mind weekly, podcasts, postcards, merch, vlogs, bonus content, and the like. Okay, until, no, buy merch. Merch is great. Merch is grand. There it is. Until next time, come subscribe, but I'm not in charge of your life. You are, so do you, and don't be yin lao. I feel like I'm wrong. I'm so sorry.